she casually took off her hat, and in that instant she stunned all the students present. It was hard to imagine that just a few days ago she was still known as the ugliest girl in school, and the classmates who mocked her could line up from America all the way to France. She was simply sitting quietly by the flower bed, yet a classmate deliberately ignored her and sat right on top of her. A life of constant bullying made Nia timid and insecure, so when she stood on the debate stage and heard the whispers from her classmates below, she became so nervous that she couldn't say a single word and was even frightened into throwing up on the spot. Just when Nia thought she would struggle at the bottom for the rest of her life, her world was about to flip in a way she never imagined. Her mom told her that her grandmother from Genovia had flown over and wanted to have tea with Nia. Nia knew it was her grandmother who caused her parents' divorce, and since she had never met this grandmother before, she didn't really want to go see her. But after her mom's encouragement, Nia still agreed to meet her grandmother. After school the next day, Nia followed the address and arrived at her grandmother's home, which was a magnificent and grand villa with a beautiful courtyard. A butler in a tailored suit led her inside, and Nia, who was used to having no rules, tossed her backpack onto the floor and slumped casually onto the sofa. Soon her grandmother appeared, and every gesture she made radiated elegance and grace, making Nia seem clumsy to an extreme in comparison.
I have something I want to give you. Here.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
It's the Genovian crest. It was mine when I was young. Ah, and that was my great-grandmother's.
I'll keep this safe. I will take good care of it.
Then they went to the garden for tea, and her grandmother mentioned a name and asked if she had ever heard of it. Nia was confused, so her grandmother told her that this person was the Crown Prince of Genovia and was also Nia's father, and that her grandmother's true identity was the Queen of Genovia, which meant Nia was actually the Princess of Genovia. Nia was so shocked that she couldn't say a single word, because she had never imagined something like this would happen to her. Nia asked her grandmother why they wanted her to be the princess. Her grandmother told her that her bloodline decided it and that she was the only heir to the throne. Nia was completely shocked, because she couldn't even speak at a debate, so how could she possibly lead an entire country? Thinking of this, she shouted that she didn't want to be a princess, then grabbed her backpack and ran out of the garden. After returning home, Nia lost her temper at her mom and questioned why she had never told her in 15 years that her father was part of a royal family. Her mom explained that it was for the freedom of the two of them, but Nia still couldn't accept it. However, the queen did not want to give up, because if Nia continued to refuse the throne, Genovia would soon cease to exist, so she personally came to Nia's home. And when Nia came down from the attic, she saw the queen and her mom drinking tea together. They tried to convince Nia together, but Nia still refused to obey and ran back to her attic. Seeing this, her mom suggested that before the Genovian National Celebration Ball, Nia should learn royal etiquette with the queen and make her decision the day before the ball. Both Nia and the queen agreed to compromise, so Nia followed her back to the villa. In the car, Nia curiously played with all the buttons and gadgets, because she had never ridden in such a luxurious car before. Nia asked the driver to pass by her friend's house so they could also witness something so impressive. When Nia returned to school, she seemed to turn back into the girl who was always bullied. The cheerleaders mocked her the moment they saw her, and the baseball players didn't give her a friendly look either. After school, she went to the queen's home again, where the queen was busy with state affairs, and Nia, unable to sit still, started playing with the sculptures until she accidentally broke off a finger. In a panic, she shoved the finger into a professor statue's mouth, then hurried to the queen's room, because Nia needed a complete transformation. They first evaluated her overall appearance, and concluded that her posture, hairstyle, and even complexion did not meet the standard of a princess. Although she had a pair of lovely big eyes, her eyebrows grew wildly like a forest, and the flashy nail stickers on her fingers were immediately ordered by the queen to be removed.
So we don't slump like this. When walking in a crowd, one is under scrutiny all the time. We drop the shoulders, we tuck under, and we transfer the weight from one foot to...
The day before Nia was receiving royal education, and the next day at school she was being hit repeatedly by soccer balls. While the coach criticized her for being an incompetent goalkeeper, she endured bullying at school during the day and learned strict noble etiquette after school, and the queen noticed her exhaustion and told her to go home early to rest. Mia thought she could finally relax, but what awaited her was a new round of torment. The queen had brought in a professional royal stylist, who pressed Mia in front of the mirror and started combing her curls. But the task was much harder than expected, and Mia's thick curls even snapped the comb in half. Then the stylist trimmed her eyebrows, fingernails, and toenails. After the big makeover, Mia finally had the outward appearance of a princess, and the queen was very pleased with her granddaughter. When Mia turned to look at the mirror, she was startled, because she could barely recognize the girl she was looking at. The next morning, Mia took the royal car as usual to pick up her friend Lily, and when Lily's brother Michael opened the door and saw the transformed Mia, he froze in shock. He had liked Mia for a long time, but because he was introverted, he never dared to express it. Now that Mia seemed even more out of his reach, Michael felt a little conflicted. At that moment Lily walked over, and Mia looked at her with great anticipation, hoping for a compliment, but Lily started mocking her instead and accused Mia of losing herself to please others. Hearing Lily continue lecturing next to her, Mia felt heartbroken and secretly wiped the tears from her eyes. Lily kept talking all the way until they got out of the car, and the driver quietly called Mia over to comfort her, telling her that no one had the right to make her feel inferior because she had always been an excellent girl. Hearing the driver's words helped Mia regain some confidence, but to avoid more attention, she still put on a hat. But Lily still didn't stop attacking her, and this time Mia bravely fought back.
Lily! Just stop it, okay? Look, just because your hair sucks, get off mine.
Ouch, thank you.
Michael, can you please pretend you have a life for just one moment?
Seeing Mia, who was always silent, suddenly acting like this, Lily became furious, and she took off the bracelet that symbolized their friendship and swore she would no longer be Mia's friend. Mia didn't want to lose this good friend, so she hurried after her and told her the truth. After understanding everything, Lily realized she had misunderstood Mia and quickly linked her arm with Mia again with a smile. The conflict between friends came quickly and disappeared just as fast, and they pretended nothing happened as they excitedly talked about things related to being a princess. But during class, another unexpected moment happened. The girl sitting behind Mia reported that she was wearing a hat in class, which violated school rules, and the teacher told her to remove it. Mia slowly took off the hat and reluctantly revealed her long hair and stunning face. At that moment all the students were stunned, and they crowded closer, speaking excitedly with curiosity, while Mia shrank nervously and didn't dare say a word. Lily stepped in to help her out of the situation, and Mia gratefully mouthed a thank you to her. After school, Mia went to the queen's home again to continue her etiquette lessons, and she became more and more skilled at it and slowly found joy in the process. Michael asked Mia if she was free on Saturday night. His band had rehearsed a new song and he wanted to invite Mia to watch the performance, and Mia agreed without hesitation. But when the two of them arrived at school, they found that something big seemed to have happened, because not only were the students gathered together, but there were also many reporters carrying cameras. When they saw Mia appear, they immediately aimed their lenses at her. It turned out someone had leaked the information, and now everyone knew Mia's true identity. Facing the reporters' frantic questions, Mia didn't know what to do, and Lily quickly took her away. But Mia was still summoned to the principal's office, because her situation had already appeared in the newspaper, and the queen had also heard about it and came to the school to check on things personally. The reporters who hadn't left yet immediately surrounded the queen, but the queen, clearly used to such scenes, dismissed them effortlessly. When she arrived at the principal's office, the principal's attitude instantly changed completely, serving tea and water with great enthusiasm. At this moment the queen's butler had already found the person who leaked Mia's true identity, and it turned out to be Mia's stylist, and the reason he did it was simply so the world would know that he was the one who created a modern princess. Fortunately, the queen did not blame Mia for this, but instead used the opportunity to ask her to think clearly about whether she was ready to accept the responsibility of becoming a princess. Mia went to the school rooftop and fell into deep thought. And at that moment Lily arrived and began listing the downsides of becoming a princess one by one. Once she became a princess, she would have no privacy. Her entire personal life would have to be made public, and she would always have to maintain proper behavior, because even the slightest relaxation would bring shame to the royal family. After hearing Lily's words, Mia seemed thoughtful and told the butler that she truly wasn't ready to be a leader and had even thought about giving up. The butler comforted Mia, telling her that no one could make her give up being herself and that she was born to be a princess. Hearing this rekindled a spark of hope in Mia's eyes. That night, Mia attended the banquet as a princess, and she styled her hair the way she had practiced, put on her gown, and then walked down. Although she was a bit clumsy, she still managed to complete the preparations before the meal. The nobles beside her began chatting, and the bored Mia picked up the card on the table, but unexpectedly the card was ignited by the candle. She pretended nothing had happened and put the card back on the table, but the next second the card ignited the sleeve of the guest beside her. Mia panicked completely and could only shove the guest's hand into the ice bucket. And that wasn't the end of it, because when the waiter brought out the palate-cleansing ice cream, Mia scooped a huge spoonful into her mouth, and the cold was so intense she grimaced on the spot. Seeing the princess take such a big bite, the guest beside her had no choice but to follow her lead and imitate her movements, causing people from neighboring countries to see the whole thing as a joke. To ease the awkward atmosphere, the queen had no choice but to strike up a conversation with the guests. Immediately after that, Mia used too much force and broke the glass cup. Later during dessert, a grape fell onto the ground, and Mia crawled under the table to pick it up, causing a guest to trip over her, which led to the waiter stumbling as well, spilling water all over the guest as the fruit flew everywhere. The queen couldn't help holding her forehead and sighing, because Mia had completely ruined the banquet. When Mia returned home, she was depressed and apologized to her father's photo, feeling that her immaturity had once again embarrassed the royal family. But when Mia went to see the queen the next day, she found that the queen was not angry and even talked about the embarrassing mistakes she made at her own first banquet. Seeing Mia still unable to cheer up, the queen decided to give her a day off so she could relax. The queen canceled all her scheduled events, sat in Mia's car, and the two of them went to the arcade, took photo stickers, and experienced pure joy. The queen let go of her usual formality and talked with Mia about the past, and the day was filled with happiness. But on their way home, an accident still happened. When going uphill, Mia's car didn't have enough power, and halfway up it began sliding backwards and eventually crashed into a bus. When the police arrived, they found out Mia was driving without a license and planned to take her to the station. But as a princess, she couldn't possibly have a record. The queen immediately stepped forward, awarded both of them honorary medals on the spot, and declared that everyone present was a witness. The police were overjoyed and instantly forgot about Mia's situation, and the people on the bus applauded, and a patrol car was even sent to escort the two of them home. Mia couldn't help but admire the queen's way of handling things. As news of Mia being a princess spread, the people at school who once bullied her now rushed to claim they were her best friends, and even the school heartthrob Josh, who once ignored her, took the initiative to talk to her and invited her to the beach party on Saturday night. Mia happily agreed, and she told Michael excitedly that Josh had asked her out and apologized for breaking her promise. Although Michael acted like he didn't care, he couldn't hide his sadness after Mia left. Mia didn't notice Michael's feelings and went home excited to choose her outfit, imagining she might have her first romantic kiss by the sea. Saturday came quickly, and the atmosphere at the beach was just as relaxing as Mia imagined. She was dancing with Josh when a helicopter suddenly flew overhead, and a paparazzi photographer aimed his camera directly at her. The two of them panicked and ran into a small hut. Mia kept apologizing, and Josh comforted her instead and told her that the small hut was very safe. Right after that, Josh began confessing his feelings, but just as Josh was about to kiss her, Mia's foot got caught on the volleyball net, and the romantic atmosphere between them was instantly broken. Josh peeked outside the window and saw that the paparazzi were gone, so he opened the door and pulled Mia out with him, but they didn't expect that the paparazzi were all hiding right outside. The moment Mia stepped out, countless flashes went off, and she was so frightened that she tried to run back inside. But Josh took the chance to kiss her. and the entire moment was captured by cameras. Mia slapped him across the face with her sandal and then ran toward the beach, where several girls stopped her and kindly handed her clothes, telling her to change inside the tent before running again. Mia was deeply touched, but what she didn't know was that this was another trap. When she was halfway through changing, someone suddenly lifted the tent flap, and Mia, with her clothes disheveled, was photographed again. This incident quickly made the news, and Mia knew she had messed up badly this time, and even the queen lost her temper at her. At the crucial moment, the butler walked in and told the queen that the incident was not Mia's fault, because Josh had taken advantage of her, and that as a 15-year-old child, Mia had shown far more composure than others her age, so perhaps the queen should give her another chance. The queen had already calmed down, but Mia could not forgive herself, and she once again became the target of ridicule at school. Mia went to see Lily and told her she had decided not to be a princess anymore, but surprisingly, the always discouraging Lily said she hoped Mia would continue being a princess. Mia was shocked, and Lily finally revealed her true feelings. She had only been worried that once Mia became a princess, she would lose her as a friend, but she was genuinely happy for Mia. Lily sincerely explained that her own radio show only had 12 listeners, and it was nearly impossible to change that because she was just an ordinary person. But Mia was different, because becoming a princess meant having influence, and anything Mia wanted to change would be far easier. After hearing this, Mia formed her own thoughts and invited Lily to attend the national celebration ball with her, and the two of them became close friends again. As Mia spent more time being a princess, her personality also changed greatly. During baseball class that day, Mia hit the ball hard into Josh's stomach, and instead of apologizing repeatedly like before, she kept running the bases and successfully scored. When facing the girl who used to bully her, Mia no longer stayed silent and instead stood up and pushed an ice cream onto her clothes. Amid the laughter and cheers of the people around her, Mia finally felt something she had never felt before. To make it up to Michael, Mia also invited him to the national ball, but Michael refused her without hesitation and said he was not meant to be involved with royalty. Mia knew Michael was still angry with her, but she didn't know how to make it right. When she returned home, she met with the queen, and the queen apologized for losing her temper that day and encouraged her to keep going, believing she could become a good princess. But Mia said she was terrified of this life and was afraid of disappointing the people of Genovia and even more afraid of disappointing the queen. The queen told Mia that if she truly wanted to give up, she would need to announce it at the national celebration ball in front of everyone and the media. Mia hesitated immediately and remembered her experience at the debate competition, and she asked the queen to announce it for her, but the queen said there was no room for negotiation. After the queen left, Mia began packing her luggage because she planned to run away before the ball and sever herself from everything. But halfway through packing, she found the letter her father had left for her, and it was filled with his hopes and encouragement. Her father told her that courage was not about having no fear, but about finding something more valuable than fear, and that he hoped Mia would always carry that courage when choosing between who she wanted to be and who she could become. After reading the letter, Mia suddenly realized that what she had been doing was running away, and she should not avoid the responsibility she was meant to carry but should face it with courage. Thinking of this, she immediately rushed toward the ball, but at that crucial moment, heavy rain started to fall, and even worse, her car stalled halfway. Mia lay hopelessly on the car seat, thinking that perhaps this was her fate. Just then, the butler found her with the car, and hope reignited in Mia's heart instantly. They used all their strength to speed toward the ball, and at that moment the queen had just stepped onto the stage to speak and was about to announce the news of Mia stepping down from her role as princess when Mia gently coughed from the side. Seeing the soaked and exhausted Mia, who still made it to the event, the queen showed a joyful smile. Mia stepped onto the podium and looked at the sea of people below, and she couldn't help feeling nervous, but she recalled what her father wrote and gradually regained her confidence, and her speech became better and better.
No, my father helped me. Earlier this evening, I had every intention of giving up my claim to the throne, and my mother helped me by telling me that it was okay and by supporting me like she has for my entire life. Then I wondered how I'd feel After abdicating my role as Princess of Genovia, would I feel relieved or would I feel sad? And then I realized how many stupid times a day I use the word I. In fact, probably all I ever do. But then I thought, if I cared about the other 7 billion out there instead of just me, that's probably a much better use of my time. Those thoughts could be turned into actions. So this morning when I woke up, I was Mia Thermopolis. But now, I choose to be forevermore Amelia Mionette Thermopolis Rinaldi, Princess of Genovia.
Everyone couldn't help applauding, and the queen placed the crown on Mia's head. She changed into a clean dress and reappeared at the ball, where everyone began dancing to the music. Mia saw the person she had been looking for in the crowd, and after dancing for a while, the two of them went to the garden. Michael asked Mia why she chose him. Mia told him that when she was unnoticed and ordinary, he never treated her like she was invisible and always showed her kindness. Mia kept talking, but Michael couldn't resist and kissed her, and at that moment the lights of the garden lit up for them, and the princess finally found her true love. No matter whether you are a princess or not, there will always be a pair of eyes that stop only for you. No matter whether you wear a crown or not, in those eyes you shine even brighter than a princess. Perhaps an ordinary person may never become a princess in their lifetime, but just as Mia's father said, a true brave person is not someone without fear, but someone who moves forward despite fear. Having courage may not make you unbeatable, but having only fear will certainly lead nowhere. Growing up is always accompanied by tears, and a stone that has never been polished will never become a gem. And people grow through making mistakes. As long as you believe in the power of courage and work hard toward your goals, you will be able to overcome past mistakes and failures. When your heart becomes strong, every difficulty becomes easier to solve, and even former enemies will turn into your allies who help you on your path toward your dreams. At the same time, we must have eyes that can recognize kindness, because there will always be people who encourage you at your lowest moments and silently accompany you. And these are the ones we should truly cherish. As long as you believe you can, life will become unstoppable.